Hi everyone, welcome to Wherever I Want Q&A. So today's question is about budget airlines and their luggage restrictions. So if you want to travel really cheap, especially around Europe and Asia, you can use a ton of budget airlines, and these airlines can give you amazing deals. I remember I got one flight from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia to Singapore, and it cost me just, I think, $11. So it is amazing, and using budget airlines can really help stretch your budget. And in many cases, it can actually be a better deal than taking the bus. So buses usually they take longer and they might be a little more uncomfortable, right? So budget airlines are an amazing solution. But a lot of them do have these luggage restrictions, and that's part of the reason that they're able to keep their costs so low. Most of your luggage restrictions are going to be right around 7 kilograms, which equates to just about 15 pounds. Now, especially with a really big carrier like AirAsia, they tend to be pretty relaxed, but I still wouldn't take any chances, especially if you have a tight budget. One of the things that I would recommend that you look into is actually checking in online. Now, this is something that is usually there for convenience rather than luggage problems, but it actually works out in your favor either way. So when you check in online, you can actually get your hotel or hostel to print out your boarding pass for you. Or it could be a mobile boarding pass, which also works perfectly fine. This way, you actually don't have to stand in line, and you get to bypass whoever is standing in line. And sometimes I've been in airports, for example, in Bangkok, where the line was over an hour long. So you can take your luggage and go directly through security if it's small enough to be a carry-on. Now, generally at security or even at the gate, nobody's going to be paying attention to how much your luggage weighs. So this is a little bit of a trick that you can use if you know your luggage is a little bit too much overweight. So if you forget or if you have problems printing out your mobile boarding pass, generally they tend to be pretty supportive. So my bag usually weighs between 15 and 20 pounds. And the first time that I used one of these budget airlines, I had no idea about this trick. And so I tried to go through security directly, and they kept asking me questions about whether or not I could check in my luggage. And for this, I was going to be on a stopover in Hong Kong overnight. I said that I needed my laptop, which couldn't fit into my small day bag, and their solution was to ask me to basically go out through customs, get my bag in Hong Kong, and then check in again in the airport in the morning. This was a terrible idea for me. I knew I was gonna arrive super late. I definitely didn't want to do that. And actually, after a couple minutes of just insisting, being really nice and polite and saying, please, I had no idea this would be a humongous favor for me, they actually just allowed me to take my super heavy bag through security with me. So it definitely helps if you are polite, if you treat the customer service people with respect. But if you want to avoid it altogether, go ahead and check in online. All right, so that is the A to your Q. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will get to you next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.